uh, so you'll be able to apply to a maximum of 3 projects. So to increase your chances, it's better to choose up to 6 projects, because you might the competition might be too high for large organizations and so on. So yeah, and also now is a good time to get started with learning the technologies related to the organization. For example, there's one organization called Open 3D, which works with machine learning on 3D objects. So uh, point clouds are what do you call 3D points. So basically, if you take an image, it's just like RGB placed in a 2D array, right? Point clouds are basically optimized arrangement of 3D objects, optimized representation of 3D objects in space. So Open 3D works on machine learning and also on general point cloud like processing things. So that's like, if you start learning it now, you'll have a better grasp of what kind of tools they use, and why is it that they have done something this way and all that stuff. So if you want to start early, that, and this is early, like this time November right now, this is early, so you're at a really good place to get a head start with respect compared to others. And the third one is, once you learn a particular technology, it's very good if you have a small project, or if you contribute to the organization's GitHub repository. And I would suggest, like, I understand that not a lot of people can get started with contributing to a GitHub repository easily, because there's a lot of organizational things that you have to understand, and you basically have to understand a bit of the library to get started. But it's easy to start building your projects using the same technologies that people use in their organization, because once you do build a project, you will now have something to show the mentors or the organization that you understand that their technologies, you understand how to use them. So that's a very good that's a very good way to increase your chances to get selected in GSoC. So that's there. And okay, 1 second. Yeah, and this is basically the proposal or application. Like, I'll just show this. I'll skip this for now. And okay, okay, I'll explain my GSoC journey. And I'm not sure if this will help you or not, but this might, because so okay, I'll just start. So in my first year, I got exposed to electronics and robotics, and I was interested in working with electronics. So I started building electronics projects on my own, and at the end of first year, I had a decent amount of projects. It was some small projects and some big projects, and I got selected into the electronics club of my institute. And in my second year, as a coordinator of the team, I got introduced to machine learning on electronics through a senior. So, but the library the TensorFlow library that runs machine learning on microcontrollers was not properly built back then. It was just in its starting stages. Like, and there was not support for a lot of microcontrollers. So, but I still wanted to explore it. So I conducted workshops on it, and I tried to, like, build out the same program into different microcontrollers which did not previously have, because I just liked it back then. And and that's how I got introduced to machine learning. So I then jumped into machine learning, did couple projects on that. And finally, when GSoC came, one of my seniors who had done GSoC the year before, that is in 2021, encouraged me to apply. And I went through the projects, and a lot of them seemed intimidating because they were PhD students with like 10 plus years of experience uh, applying for the same project as me. But I mean, they are also interested in the same project as me. But finally, I found this one project from TensorFlow, which which was which basically matched my skill set. So I did have the exact same requirements that they are looking for, and also I kind of, what do you call, even since the library wasn't built out, and I had the knowledge, I had previously done a lot of work on the same thing. So that's I kind of talked with my potential mentors back before applying to the project, and they were interested in my profile, and that's how I got selected. So that's the journey. And what else? Okay. So I hope this might help you in some way or other, like maybe it inspires you or something. Okay, let's go on to the next one. And finally, the key takeaways from this is basically like you choose 3 to 6 projects, focus on 3 main projects, but make sure you also focus on the last 3 projects as a backup to increase your chances. And also you communicate with the mentors before applying. And the third point is very important because like when the applications open, you'll get what do you call, you'll that's when you'll need to start talking with your mentors. And when you start communicating with your mentors, like there'll be 2 things that will be happening. One is they'll give you tasks. These tasks are basically to assess if you actually know what you're talking about and if you're not scamming them. So when you do, I mean, when you, even if you don't complete the task properly, and but if you actually try and you keep talking with your mentor, there's a good chance that you'll get selected, because they'll know that you're trying and you're just missing certain points. And those are those are easy to pick up as you go. So but very important thing is like you have to keep the conversation going with the potential mentors before applying. So yeah, that is there. And also one more key takeaway is build projects. It's very important because you'll need to show something for the what do you call, in your proposal. And projects, if you have like a video demo and if you have a good GitHub repo, GitHub page, it'll be a very nice way to explain to your or explain to the organization that you already know what they are doing, and if you already have good sense of grasp over the required technology. So yeah, and I think this is the last slide. I'll show you the one. I'll show you the my proposal from last year. Just a second. Okay. Is the proposal visible?
Yeah, it is visible.
Okay. So yeah, so like I said, my project was basically machine learning on embedded systems. So and I only applied for one project because I only liked this one, and the one I liked one more, but I did not have time to write up applications. And one more thing is writing the application is the most important as well as the most annoying thing in the world, because like I mean, you'll have to write, sometimes you'll have to write jargon just to like you know, but I mean, you have to be concise and clear, but you won't like writing. So if you're like me, like this is the worst thing that you'll need to do. But this is also the most important thing, because this is the only way. I mean, this is one of the only ways they'll be able to assess you. So yeah. So first is basically project description, and basically how I'll be working. I have outlined how I'll be working on the project, and so this is basically just 13 smaller projects that I've described. And finally, you'll have to write why you're the right person to work on this project. For me, I just put that I like to work on interactive projects and all that stuff. So that's there. I'll share this proposal with you guys through the team, and also you okay. So if you're scared to apply for GSoC, if you don't if you haven't had any open source what do you call it, experience before, it's all right. And because they actually want first time people, they don't want experienced professionals to apply for GSoC. They only want new people to apply for GSoC, because it's a way to increase the open source community. Yeah. So if you haven't had any open source experience, and if you only have worked on personal projects, this it's all right. Like it's all right to apply for GSoC. And also you have to put your related project. So and the reason that I said that it's necessary is because like all my projects are very similar to what do you call this current project. This is the one that I basically ported it to a different microcontroller. So this particular project matches the exact same description of the project title, and all these are electronics or machine learning projects, and this is machine learning on an FPGA. So these kind of projects also these match. So and also a couple of smaller projects put, and also like your technical experience and background. They'll ask you all this, and you'll have to put all this. And links to your GitHub page, or like a video demo that you stored in your Google Drive. Those are great to put up. And also if you have any certificates, put them up. Like I put some any like deep learning certificates and so on. Like yeah. And also I this is the one that I was talking about. Like I conducted some workshops. So if you have conducted workshops, then you could use it to say that you already have experience writing good documentation and stuff. So also you now have to write what challenges do you expect when you work on your project, how will you mitigate them. So this question why they ask is because once you understand the tech stack, you'll now know what kind of problems you'll encounter in any project. So it's a way to assess if you actually know what you're talking about and stuff. So yeah. And they'll ask you a timeline. You don't need to worry too much about it, but don't take chill on this, because because this will obviously change and your entire project might change in between. But they just want to assess if you're a sane person. Like you can't put like I'll do 200 projects in like 10 days. So they just want to assess if you can understand the technical uh, complexity and all that stuff. Yeah. So finally, there's like this is like optional. It might not be in your proposal. So, and also there'll be a last about me section that you'll have to write up. So that's it about the proposal. I'll share it with you. And also what else? I think that's it. Like if you have any specific question, we'll go on to that.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, that was actually a very grateful insights into GSoC. And so basically, I'll just summarize whatever you have said till now. So basically, students, the participants would be like the contributors, right? They will be so the potential GSoC contributors will contact the mentor organization they want to work with and write a project proposal based on ideas the organization has suggested. And then once accepted, GSoC contributors spend a few weeks becoming familiar with the community norms and code base while determining expected milestones with their mentors for the summer. And contributors then spend like 12 plus weeks coding on their projects. So how long was your session during your participation in the 2022?
Okay, so my project was around 12 weeks long.
Yeah, oh, that's great.
Okay.
So I think we have some queries in the chat section as well. So the Ritvik is asking, what skills do we require to participate in GSoCs, and also like for very beginners like who have very few knowledge about very few skills regarding this like open source contribution. So what is your suggestion for them?
Okay, so what skills you require to take part in GSoC changes from one person, I mean, one organization to one organization, or even one project to another project. The reason is because, like, okay, I'll show you a visual example only. Just hold on. Uh, so, okay, I'll share my screen again. So, my screen is visible, right?
Yeah, it's visible.
Okay. So, if you see here, the technologies that I used in this particular project is basically Python, Linux, and C++. And this is one such project. And if you go to a different project, it's just Python here. And for example, if you go to any open, okay, yeah, any open 3D project is C++, Python, and JavaScript. Or if you go to a TensorFlow, uh, yeah, let's go here. The technologies that are required are different from what you saw from the last few things. So it varies a lot from one project to another project. It all depends on what you know right now, and how much you can learn before these. So a good way to start to figure out which kind of technologies that you will need to learn is basically to uh, go to this website that I just showed you, like summerofcode.google.com, and just like look at past year organization, and if you like what an organization is doing. So like I explained, open 3D is basically working with 3D data. So that's one organization that works with 3D data. Likewise, there are different organizations that works with things. So I mean, TensorFlow works on machine learning. I mean, normal machine learning, and PyTorch also does the same. So you basically have to, once you like an organization, you basically have to go to that particular organization's website and figure out what kind of technologies they are looking for, so that you have a good idea of if you're if you of what you need to learn. So yeah.
Yeah.
And
Also, Vishwa, if you can, if you want, you can share the link of the webpage which you were presenting like just a few minutes before
oh, okay, yeah, just a second.
in the chat section, so that even the students would be able to access from their end.
Okay, so yeah, I've shared it.
Okay, nice. And one general doubt, like many students are asking, is that like, is there any specific domain on which many organizations are having their projects on, like any specific domain, maybe data science, or is it more into web development, or like which domain specific would you like?
Oh, So I've seen this thing. I mean, some organizations are very focused on what do you call web development, because entire software will basically be a web tool that helps you do such and such stuff. So that is there. Or for example, or else if you take organizations like TensorFlow and PyTorch, they are usually more into data science uh, development stuff and all that. So it's basically I mean, even they might have a bit of web development stuff, considering like notebook programming and all that. So but you can always find this trend. Like if you just open any organization, you'll know what kind of I mean, where their end most of their time goes. So if it's web development and you already know web development, it's uh, it's good that it's good to basically go there. I mean, it's good to basically apply for those kind of those organizations. So yeah, there are actually those kind of organizations which only focus on web dev or something.
Yeah. So there is one doubt from Rohan. He's
Yeah.
actually his doubt goes like, I actually want to try to get internship in Google in maybe fourth year or after my degree. So do you know if that is possible or not?
Okay. So uh, I mean, like one thing. Okay, I'll explain. I'm not sure if okay, if this information is classified or not. Okay, but
Yeah. He's actually
uh,
asking like through GSoC if suppose any internship or any offer from Google can be achieved or not.
depends on the kind of organization. So TensorFlow is basically Google's organization. The organization that I worked for is TensorFlow, and they are basically by Google. So in a way, you already worked for Google. So and your mentor will be an engineer from Google. So if you have all that on your resume, it will be what do you call, and once your mentor is in Google, they can refer you to Google internships. So they can refer you for Google internships. But it all depends on your performance and all that. It's not like if you get this, you'll get that. It's complicated than that. It should depend on if your mentor will want to do that. And so, but even organization, you'll always have the once you complete GSoC, you'll always have the GSoC preferred candidate badge on link to your email. And what that does is it will help you stand out in front of Google recruiters. So it will increase your chances, but you can't say that you will get the uh, internship. Yeah.
Okay. And like, is there any specific template which students can use to create the proposal for GSoC?
So the proposal, the organizations will basically give out their own templates for proposal. So there's no specific template, but most of the questions will be like your tech related experience and all that stuff. Yeah, so they can always like use it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's great. And I think one more point I think which we skipped about in GSoC was like the students also the get stipend for whatever work they are doing.
Yeah.
So you can share that point also.
Okay. So the stipend is around 1.5K dollars, which is roughly 1.3 lakhs for 3 months, or it will be 2.5 lakhs, around 2.5 lakhs for 5 months. So those are the two options. And the in the first one, there'll be two installments. After once you have passed your midterm evaluation, you'll get the first installment, and once you have passed the second, I mean the final evaluation, you'll get the second installment. And in the $3,000, that is the large project, you will get basically what do you call? You'll get it in 3 installments. like 1 and 2 that coincides with the smaller project, and there'll be a third at the end of November, like if you start in August, I mean May, sorry. Okay.
Okay. Students are also asking like if you can just again brief them about what are the prerequisites for GSoC. Like if suppose they want to start with the registration and what exactly a guide you can provide them, or maybe a website which will help them to get more have a more better understanding about GSoC. So any
Okay.
suggestions from your side?
Okay. So I mean, like the application process is straightforward. Once you go, I mean, once the applications are open, it's basically just writing a proposal. The hard part is finding the project that you like. So I think at this point you might be confused. People might be confused as to what kind of projects they should apply for. So a guide that I can tell you is to okay. I'll just say what can increase your chances of getting selected. The first one is making sure what you know and what they want are very similar, because like the more the similarity, the more the chances of you getting selected. And the second one is basically having a lot of projects on the same uh, technologies that will increase your chances. And the third is making uh, previous open source contribution. This is not a must, but it might help. So let's say, for example, you know a bit of web development. I mean, you already like web development. You have maybe learned HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and React maybe. Now what you have to do is there's like 3 to 4 months, and you'll have all different. Even you'll have college in between. So the most right now is to basically figure out an organization which works in the domain of web dev. You can go to the link that I put on the chat and basically search for what do you call the particular technologies, and you'll get matches. So once you have it, uh, I'd say like choose 5 to 6 projects and uh, make sure you fill your gaps in the understanding. But let's say if you don't know web development or data science right now, that's also all right, because like you have the full of December to yourself. So getting to a intermediate level would be easy in like 1 month. So but and if you want to, I mean, I'm not sure if I have good resources for learning web development, but there's one website. Just a second, I'll look it up. W3 schools is always a good way to get started. So like start with a very small project. Like if you don't even know data web development, like start with a very small project. Look up uh, on the internet. Like if you're unable to do anything, like that's how you build stuff. Like you basically start, you figure out what you know and what you don't know, and then you try to like uh, uh, decrease the what you don't know part, and you'll get your project done. Yeah, so at this point, that's all that you can do. Yeah.
Yeah, so for students, they were asking for the timeline, like when is the GSoC 2023 going to start? So I have shared a link at the chat section. The
Okay.
proper timelining is being, there in the link. So you may visit the link and get more details about the dates for registration and everything. So yeah, this is all in the chat section. If I'll just go through again the chat section if anything.
Okay. And oh, somebody has asked me what's my statement. I did a small project, so it's like 1.5K dollars. And also, like, don't worry about all these timelines and stuff, because if you open the website, there's so much information that it'll, what do you call, block your mind and all that stuff. So only thing that you have to know is it'll open in and around March. So around March, look out for the contributors thing. Start talking with your mentors. Make sure you complete the tasks on time. Don't worry about all the other things. And yeah, that's all that you need to worry about. Don't worry about all the mentor selection part, organization announce part, and all that stuff. So it's too much information that you don't need. And there's one more question.
Yeah.
Any
Is
tips
there
that
any priority for second year or third year students or so?
there is no priority. They don't even care if you're from any. I mean, they don't care if you're from college or if you're not from college. They don't even know which college we are from. So because like this is not like an Indian thing. It's like an international thing. So and they are from US. So they don't know if they only care about the skills. They don't know about the other things. Can't play in by us. Yeah.
Yeah, and one more question is there, like any tips that can edge out our application over others?
So the only way that you can stand out is just talk to your mentors before applying. Make sure when you are doing tasks, okay, so normally what happens is your mentors will give you a task that will span for 2 weeks. You shouldn't go into ghost mode and just start writing code all day and all night, uh, because that's the worst thing. Your mentor will forget that he or she gave you uh, a task, and if you get forgotten, there's good chance that you won't get selected, because like there's bias in people, and you're not exploiting it. You're just making sure that uh, you're letting them know that you're still working on this, and you're when you get help from them during the task, they'll remember your name, and when applying, it will be helpful. So that's the only way you can have an edge in your applications. Yeah. There's even if you do a lot of stuff and if you don't document it properly. Yeah. So the second thing is like document everything properly in the proposal. That's why I said like proposal is the most important thing and the most annoying thing, because like even if you have done so much and if you haven't clearly stated what you have done, it'll all go to waste. So it's very important that you take out the time to write a proper proposal that explains your past experience, your current project goals, your the obstacles and all that stuff, because they might not give a what do you call very detailed read into the proposal. They'll only skim through it. So it's important that they understand where you're coming from, and they understand what your motivation is to work on the project and all that. So a great proposal and good communication with mentor will maximize your chances. Yeah.
Yeah, so one more question is there, like is GSoC 2022 still going on or has it ended, like finished?
It should have finished, I think. Like I mean, maybe some large project is still going on, but most of it is finished. Yeah.
Okay. So this was like my personal question. So as we all know that you are from IIT Madras, and it's a very esteemed college in India. So do you think like your college, like have you got any guidance from your professors? How is it in your colleges? Because many of our students are from tier 2 or tier 3 colleges. So what message would you like to give to the other students, and how's been your experience in your college?
Okay. So uh, I don't know how to explain this, but the reason that IITs are IITs is because of the students studying there, is what I feel. Because like the moment you step into an IIT college, uh, I mean the academics part, the professor telling you do this and do that, it'll always happen. But uh, the people at IITs are super into what they are doing, that it'll kind of force you to become better. So if you know how to dance, there'll be 100 people that dance better than you. So, and if you take anything, like if you take web development, there'll be at least 10 people better than you. If you take data science, there'll be somebody. I actually know somebody who has written 13 research papers and he hasn't graduated yet. So there are people like that, and these kind of things are super common in IIT, that it'll depress students a lot, and it'll also force them to level up. So uh, those are the things that kind of makes an IIT school, I guess. Yeah, from my point of view.
Yeah, that's truly great.
So
So
that's
I
also, yeah. One second.
yeah.
So the one thing that you can get out of this is always like try to explore a lot of new stuff, like be it technology, or be it like culturals and all that stuff. Like if you start exploring, there'll be 10 people joining you, and if those seeing those 10 people, like there'll be a lot more people joining. And when people do things in what do you call, like clubs and all that stuff, it's a very different feel. You'll get good, you'll make really good connections. You'll have very, what do you call, there's so many things that's possible when a lot of people like come together to do something. So yeah, one, if you like something, go explore it. So that's the one thing that I can tell you.
Yeah, that's truly amazing. Okay, so I think we have no more doubts in the chat section. Vishwa, if you're getting personal, people may be giving you direct messages, so I might not be able to read them. So if you are able to, if you are getting them, you can answer those questions as well.
Okay, so can you tell? One guy started and asked me, like, can you tell me some beginner level projects for TensorFlow or PyTorch? So the like reply to that would be like, you have to go figure out your own projects, because one thing, like if you take any project, you wouldn't complete it if you're not properly interested in it. So uh, I suggest one thing is like. If you're building a project, like do it out of interest and not because like you have to do it. So and also like first, don't worry about if you can do it. Just think of an idea, however crazy. So let's say you want to classify something as pasta and not pasta, that even that is okay. You just have to get started, and maybe in the future, like you'll build a cutting edge like food classifier that you can actually sell to ITC or something. So uh, yeah, so basically like think of any project, like be creative in your ideas, and from there, like you have to from there figure out the feasibility. That's the thing I'd reply. Yeah, I only got one direct message. Yeah.
Okay. So, if students you have any further doubts, you may ask to us right now, or else we may conclude today's session. Do we have any further doubts? We'll just wait for a few minutes in the chat section. If no one doubts is there, then we might end the session. Oh, okay, so no doubts. So firstly, now I'd like to conclude this session. Firstly, a very very thankful to Vishwa for sparing his time out of his schedules and giving this session to us. GDSC JSU is will be always welcoming such sessions for future, and we would like to be always in contact with you, Vishwa. If during the GSoC 2023, if we need your guidance, we'll definitely contact you.
Yeah, sure.
So thank you very much, and thank you all the participants for joining in today's session. I hope you might have got to learn about a lot of GSoC, and it will be amazing. And I hope everyone would participate in GSoC 2023. and would get to learn about open source contribution, and it will definitely be helpful for your placement perspective also. So all the best for your GSoC 2023, and I hope we want maximum participation from all the GDSEs. Also, I would like to mention the GDSEs which we have collaborated with for this session. We have GDSEs uh, from the RSCOE and DY Patil Akurdi. So these were the two GDSEs. Students from their colleges have also joined this session. So thank you for coming to today's session, and I hope it is useful for you all. So yeah, so now I'd like to conclude this session. If students you have any further doubt, you may we'll provide our contact links. Even Vishwa, you can provide your LinkedIn or maybe your social media links in the chat section, so that if students have any doubt, they may contact you after the session also.
Yeah, sure.
Also, I would be putting like GDSC JSOE as a link tree where they'll get all the they'll get all the social media access for GDSC JSOE. So you may all follow us on Instagram for updates regarding the latest tech. We are still having Google. We are actually having a lot of stuffs going on. So yeah, you all might would be interested to work with us and collaborate. So I have provided you the link tree from for our social media handles, so you might follow us over there as well. So yeah, this is all, and I hope we have yes, Vishwa has also shared his LinkedIn account. Okay, cool. So now I'll conclude this session. So students, you all may start leaving. You all may leave this session, and thank you, Vishwa. You may also leave this session. Thank you.
Yeah,
I'll end this session for everyone. Okay. Bye.